So I want to make a video about TJ Dillashaw. Now, TJ Dillashaw has always been at the top of the UFC. Whenever he's been in the UFC, he pulled out one of the biggest upsets ever against fucking Henan Barrow. Now he's in the Jackson podcast, and he was talked about as the greatest bantamweight ever up until he got popped for fucking roids. But I want to make a video, and I want to pop the question, no pun intended. If you were having Jon Jones as the greatest fighter of all time, then you have to have TJ Dillashaw as the greatest bantamweight ever. Is that a ridiculous statement? Because I was thinking about it today. If you have Jon Jones as the GOAT, that means you have to have TJ Dillashaw on the bantamweight conversation. Because, Cody Garbrandt twice. Henan Barrow, like I said. That's Henan Barrow fight was literally TJ was one of the fucking huge underdog. The Cody Garbrandt fight, he was an underdog, and don't forget he beat Corey Sandhagen as well. Now, obviously, Merab is fighting Corey next week, actually. So the whole debate about Merab being the GOAT is one that's really being talked about. I always say this, like, if you're gonna have the GOAT debate, I don't have TJ in it because he popped for roids, but I don't have Jon Jones as the GOAT of the sport because he popped for roids and he beat fat like heavyweights and ducked Chelsea on short notice, and he ducked Tom Aspinall as well. And he got robbed by Dominic Reyes. So for me, this isn't even a question. I don't have TJ in there, and it sucks because I fuck with TJ heavy. I do, and I won't deny that. I love listening to TJ on the Jackson podcast. It's funny, a quote I live by with TJ. Whenever I'm in like a difficult spot, or like I'm in a situation where I have to think, or I'm like, oh, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. TJ Dillashaw says a very simple thing: do you want to be a champion? To me, that just like flipped the switch in my head of just like, right, yes. But I swear to God, okay? So this question really goes out to the Jon Jones GOAT conversation people. If you have Jon Jones as the GOAT, is TJ Dillashaw in your bantamweight conversation? And if not, I need to know why. Now, you can sit there and say, well, TJ popped for, he openly admitted to taking steroids. That's one argument. Then you could argue TJ popped for something that's crazy. EPO is probably the worst thing you can use. That's one thing. But Jon Jones popped 3 times. If you want to count 4, but we'll say 3 because the one was for cocaine, I think. 3 were for performance-enhancing drugs. Turinabol, exactly, which is fat burner and muscle gainer. He's not... That's not getting in your system by mistake, pal. I'm sorry. It's not happening. Okay, at least TJ literally said, oh yeah, I cheated from the start. At least he said that. He was like, I fucking cheated. I fucked up. Whatever. Jon Jones denies to this day that he never took steroids, which is bullshit. You can't fail 3 tests. And I always say, people say, well, it was a pictogram. How do you get in there? If it's so easy to pop for a pictogram, why aren't all of these UFC fighters popping for pictograms? Turinabol? Why aren't they all popping for it? Because they're not on fucking roids. That's why. Did they hide under the fucking ring as well when you saw to get there? Did they beat the shit out of their fucking wife and have their kids call the fucking police? This dude is a fuck. I'm not talking about TJ, I'm talking about Jones. The dude is a total twat. End of story. I don't think I've ever brought up the wife and thing, but the dude is just a total twat. For me, listen, I think TJ is just a vicious competitor who literally was like, I would rather fucking do this than lose, which I respect to a certain extent. I can understand. Jon Jones, I feel like he was more scared of losing in a different way. TJ was like, I cannot fucking lose, but Jones was scared of losing. He was like, I can't lose, because losing would have exposed Jones to who he really is. If Jon Jones had lost, he would have had to look in the mirror and face who he really is and face those questions. He didn't want to do that. Because when you lose, you have to face those questions. Daniel Cormier said it. When you lose and you drop the kids off and you're just driving, it's just you in the car, those questions come into your head. Jon Jones never wanted to face them because he already knew the answers. So he wanted to keep this fucking, how do you call it? Like this protection, this safety net in his head of, no, I don't need to face those questions. Look, I'm a champ. I'm winning. I'm already this. I'm already that. The dude is a total coward on every single level of humanity. The dude is a total... Or would you... And, some people, I don't know how many views this video is going to get. I don't know how many. Maybe nobody will have watched this far into the video. I don't fucking know. But if you are listening, A, I fucking love you because this is my dream and I'm trying to make this happen. And B, I can't even remember what I was going to say there because I just got a little bit emotional. But the whole John Jones. John Jones is just a coward on every level. He ducked Tom Aspinall. He ducked Chael Sonnen on short notice. He hides under the ring. He takes steroids. He beats women. The dude is a fucking prick. And I'm just like, I didn't. We'll go back to TJ. Enough about John Jones. TJ popped for the Cejudo fight. TJ, I don't personally. It's weird because Cody Garbrandt sits there and said, "Yeah, you showed everyone how to do a team alpha male." One of the worst moments in press conference. Cody, what the fuck were you thinking by saying that? But it was like TJ popped for steroids against Cejudo, moving down a weight class. I still wrestle with the idea of TJ was on roids during his bantamweight career. Was he on roids for... Now, I saw an article saying he popped for EPO in the second Cody fight, but then I saw another one saying that didn't happen, so I don't really know. But I would highly fucking doubt TJ Dillashaw was on roids for the Aljamain Sterling fight. Not the Aljamain Sterling fight, I'm retarded. The Corey Sandhagen fight. When he came back, I put my house on it. TJ was clean for that one. And even like, TJ's the biggest dog ever. Like, you remember in the Aljo fight, his like shoulder popped out, and like Aljo was just raining down punches, and he was dodging while trying to fix his elbow. Roids don't teach that. Steroids don't teach that. I'm sorry. If that was John Jones, you would have quit because he takes roids and beats women. He's a coward. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It would have been a nice way for him to get out and say, "This right here, this is the reason." Because remember, um, he said on Joe Rogan, what did he say? I get blackout drunk, or I used to get blackout drunk 5 days before my fights, so I could look at myself in the mirror and say, "That's the reason I lost." If that shoulder had popped out, you would have had the reason. That's what I think. Am I a John Jones hater? I don't care about John Jones. I know he's a total twat. I know he's a complete fucking dickhead. Am I TJ Dillashaw hater? No, I actually fuck with TJ because at least he came out and admitted it, and he just seemed like he learned from it. So that's all I can ask from a person when they make a mistake is that they learn. But let me know what you think about TJ's legacy down below. This video took a dark turn, but I'm going to say what I think on this channel. So